Pallavi here with another MiLOWE Mommy Memoir. I hope you're having a wonderful month of May. I hope you had a great Mother's Day. I had my first, and it started with waffles and ended with a game of Scrabble and a vegan cinnamon roll from Cinnaholic. I was dead after that. So how many of us have started making plans considering a new normal, meaning that, we could not have access to childcare for perhaps the rest of the year. We have to consider relying on delivery services for many things, and lots of outdoor activities could be restricted, and indoor activities are definitely restricted. So, with that in mind, my husband and I have decided that our guest room, our guest house that we have, that we're very fortunate to have at our place, is no longer going to be on Airbnb, or it's not going to be on Airbnb indefinitely, because we just need the space to turn it into his home office. His firm is not going to be going back to the office anytime soon, or they're considering indefinitely what they can do remotely. So I'm sure all of you are considering your options as well, and I bet we would all have things in common. So I'd love to hear from some of you what you're doing as your new normal, and how life is changing as the days go by. So one thing that happened this last month is that my daughter had her 9-month checkup. And when we went to the 9-month checkup, we were like, oh yeah, we're killing it now. We got this. Like, she's like gaining weight well, and like she's hitting all her like developmental milestones and all that. And then there's always something, right? And this time our something was that she was anemic. And even though it wasn't showing up in her demeanor, like she wasn't tired or like lethargic or anything, but I had, learned something new every day. And what I learned was that babies have iron stores up until a certain point, and then after that they really have to like be getting it from their food, or it depletes very rapidly. And obviously, like, we try to feed her a very balanced meal diet, but one of the things we didn't do is, like, I didn't want to go and buy the iron fortified cereals, because I just didn't seem necessary. And my mom had also told me that they didn't do that for me or my sister, and that I actually got super constipated as a baby whenever I was being fed an iron fortified cereal, so she stopped. And apparently my pediatrician was fine with it. Anyway, long story short, we decided to try and up her iron stores a bit by going with an iron fortified cereal. Also started just feeding her more of our food. I know that that's like a very common baby-led weaning thing, is to just have the baby eat when you eat and all of those things. But I was getting paranoid about salt intake, and like I know kids are not supposed to have as much salt as regular adults do, and not that we have like a high salt diet or anything, but I was just very paranoid about it. So I guess one of the good things that came out of that appointment was that it sort of took the pressure off of me to always separate her food or make something different for her, or like just make a different version of things for her, so I don't have to do that anymore, which is great. And honestly, like, we went back to the doctor 2 weeks later, and her iron stores were up. It was great. Like, 2 weeks, we just like had made very, very small changes, and now she's eating what we're eating, and like, it's just so much better. So I just wanted to share that win with you guys, because what I thought started off as something that I did wrong ended up resulting in making all of our lives a little bit better and easier. I had a bit of a mishap in the kitchen. I sliced my finger open while I was cooking. And this was, I think maybe 5 days ago now. The reason why I'm bringing this up is, like, when you have a young child, you don't realize like how much you need every single appendage, every single part of your body, because you're still using all of yourself to try and keep this thing alive, this little human. And so, like, changing a diaper without a pointer finger, like, that's at full capacity, is actually really hard. And I definitely had to ask for more help. It was just a very eye-opening, very humbling thing to like pay more attention while I'm in the kitchen. No matter how good I think I am, I can still make mistakes. So one more win. This is like more for me than anything, but she started giving me hugs this week, you guys. Like, I'm a puddle. Every time she wraps her little arms around me, like I don't even know how to stay standing. It's just the cutest thing in the world. Anyway, I guess like I can end this month's Mommy Memoir with a little treat for everybody. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi to everybody. All right, we'll see you next month. Thanks, everyone.